you could possibly help? Do you deal with such a situation?
We don't. Our mandate is to provide food assistance to people who don't have enough. But our sister agency, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, is certainly involved with trying to provide sufficient seeds and good quality seeds, and obviously fertilizer and other tools to farmers in Zimbabwe. But for that they need assistance. And the problem is farming. There's been a big decrease in development assistance for agriculture across the world. And also at the moment, development assistance, countries are holding on to that until they see what happens with the power sharing negotiations. So there are problems in terms of getting sufficient money in to fund programs based on seeds and fertilizer.
And some months ago, particularly the period to the run-up to the elections in Zimbabwe, we had a situation where some non-governmental organizations were barred from distributing, food and other aid. Just how did this affect then food distribution and the livelihoods of people in general?
There was a 3-month ban on all NGO field operations. The government eased it in some areas, such as HIV/AIDS, nutrition, school feeding. But in terms of out in the rural areas, there was a ban for 3 months. And what that did is it delayed our operations, because our NGO partners, we have 14 of them, local and international NGOs, and they go out into the communities because they know them the best, and they work with the communities to, one, come up with the list of beneficiaries, who are the most vulnerable, who we need to give food to, and then they are actually our agents on the ground. They're the ones who hand out the food individually to the beneficiaries. So the World Food Programme raises the resources, gets the food, brings it into Zimbabwe, takes it out to the rural areas, but then our NGO partners actually hand it over to the families involved. And clearly, while that ban was in place, that program was delayed. Millions of people did not receive assistance that we had planned to give them because of the ban. And they are clearly now in a more vulnerable state. They are hungrier and more susceptible to disease. But now that our operation is up and running, our NGO partners are out in the field, we're out in the field, we're scaling up our operations very quickly. We're confident that we can prevent what is a crisis from becoming a disaster. We've got enough stocks at the moment, but we just need more in future. We need to get more food in, and for that we need more resources.
And talking of the resources, what has been the response then? Because you made an urgent appeal for about $140 million to feed some 5 million people. Just how has the appeal gone?
There are lots of discussions going on with donor governments, and our donors have been extraordinarily generous over the last 6 years, but also